No bustling hotels or karaoke bars, just sun, sea and sand. You'll love where we're heading on I Want That House this afternoon at 2. First on ITV1, we join our old sea dogs in Carlisle for today's Everything Must Go.
Ahoy there, shipmates, and welcome aboard of a special edition of Everything Must Go, the show that turns your unwanted items into ready cash.
Now, we've travelled north for life on the ocean wave, here in Carlisle.
Hang on, the sea's miles away, Clayton.
Well, that's very true, but the Sea Cadets are not, and they need to raise some much-needed cash, and we're here for an Everything Must Go sale.
Located in the far north of England, Carlisle is just a few miles from the Scottish border. Situated in the beautiful county of Cumbria, the city witnessed much fighting between the Scots and the English as to who controlled the area, resulting in the Romans' territorial build of Hadrian's Wall. Carlisle is a city steeped in history, which we'll be taking a look around later on in the show.
Well, we have a formidable seafaring job to do, so we need to find the Sea Cadets.
OK, Captain Byfield Riches.
Come on.
The Sea Cadets are a uniformed, disciplined youth movement based upon the customs and traditions of the Royal Navy. The Sea Cadet Association has 400 units spread across the country. The Carlisle Sea Cadets have been in existence since 1943. They've been occupying this building for over 20 years, and it seems that's part of the problem. The Carlisle Sea Cadets are a registered charity and run by a team of dedicated and enthusiastic volunteers.
Viv, Paul, thank you for welcoming us on board. But why me and Clayton here?
We're helping to raise funds so we can refurbish the classrooms for a better environment for the cadets.
How many Sea Cadets are there?
We have 25 at the moment.
What sort of ages are we talking about?
Between 10 and 18.
You sort of teach them what?
We teach them all aspects of seamanship, chart work, boating, power boating, dinghy sailing, canoeing.
So how many days a week do you give to this?
3 nights a week and quite a few weekends.
Really?
So it's a pretty major commitment.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, how much do you want to raise?
Yeah.
Yes. How much do you want to raise?
Well, we've worked it out approximately £1,500.
Yeah. That's what you need to actually do it?
Yes, yeah.
Well, we certainly might be help towards that. I don't know if we'll actually be able to raise that. As you probably know from the programme, we need to find things and then, of course, we have to sell them. Can we have a little look around? Is that all right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, just before we get tucked into this little lot, how do you fancy winning £1,000 in cash? Well, all you have to do is answer this very simple question.
Which drink is most commonly associated with the Navy? Is it A, pina colada, B, rum, or C, dry white wine spritzer? If you think you know the answer, why not give us a call now on 090 11 333 444. Calls cost 50p for landlubbers, but mobile call costs may vary. To enter, you must be over 18.
So stay tuned, because a clue will be coming up very shortly. Good luck.
With the arrival of the trusty Everything Must Go team, we can now start preparing for the sale today. There's a lot to do, so it's all hands on deck. Excuse the pun.
Land ahoy, me hearties! Well, I'm really quite delighted because we have a donation. Just here, Horatio Nelson. Now look at that, that's really nice. This is actually really a collector's item, purely and simply because it was made for the Royal Dalton International Club in 1994 and they ceased producing it in 1995. So in that respect, it's limited. And more importantly, the year 2005 marks the bicentenary year of the Battle of Trafalgar. And of course, it was a battle to make the Navy really, really proud. And even more importantly, it was against the French and Spanish on a two-pronged attack, really quite remarkable. He was an extraordinary man. Unfortunately, he died at the Battle of Trafalgar purely because he was hit by a sniper, which is a real shame. He was a great man. Well, I think because of the year, we're probably going to get slightly more for him, so I'm going to say about £50, possibly even try a little bit more. Of course, every man is expected to do his duty, and that includes the buyers that come to the sale tomorrow.
The cadets have been working really hard this year, and as you can see, they're here again helping us raise funds to refurbish the classrooms.
And one of the best things is that most of the cadets, or all of the cadets, are working basically for themselves, because all the funds we're going to raise today are actually going to go on the refurbishment of the classrooms that they will occupy. So they've been working really, really hard for quite a few weeks now, preparing for this, and hopefully we'll make an awful lot of money.
alcoholic beverage most commonly associated with the Navy is, of course, rum. This bottle's been donated by Pussers, who make the original recipe. Do you know where the name Pusser comes from? It's a derivative of the name Purser, who was the official on board the ships of old, who had the key to the storeroom and dealt out all the rations on board. Now, amazingly, from 1655 onwards, twice a day, 1 whole pint of this stuff, neat, was dished out for sailors. Apparently it was to give some Dutch courage during battle. I can imagine also to give some hope to the sailors who are away for often years at a time. Sadly, it led to bad behaviour, and of course, that isn't good on board a ship. So along comes Admiral Vernon with his grosgrain jacket. He gets called Old Grog, and he insists that for every half pint of rum, a quart of water is introduced to dilute it. It wasn't popular, so of course the name Old Grog has become a derivative term for old booze as well. And here we have 2 promotional items. We've got an enamel mug, which is quite sweet, and this ceramic hip flask. 3 really nice items. I think we're going to get 20 to 25 quid for them.
Cockermouth, approximately 26 miles from Carlisle, was the birthplace of Fletcher Christian, who went on to lead the mutiny on HMS Bounty. Our next item is particularly interesting as it's a reproduction of the ship's log written by Captain Bligh. Great book.
It is.
Absolutely fabulous. It's been with your solicitors, hasn't it?
It's been locked away, well, since we got presented with it, apart from 2 occasions.
Right.
So it's the first time it's been out in a very long time.
Well, it's in fabulous condition. This is literally Captain Bligh's original handwriting. Now, this has been reproduced on paper of the same quality, the same type used all those years ago. And these are the logs that were being used on the ship to log all the movements, all the staff. In fact, this particular page refers to the fact that all the shipmen arrived in extremely good health, which was unusual. No scurvy. Very, very happy. And of course, when they got to Tahiti, they were there to collect fruit, breadfruit, in fact, to take to the slaves. Now, unfortunately, due to weather conditions, they weren't able to leave the island for at least 6 months. The entire crew, of which nearly 95% of them were volunteers, were unruly. They'd enjoyed the pleasures of the island, let's say, and, of course, the women on that island. By the time they got back on the ship, of course, you know the story, he had to discipline them, and things fell apart, and of course there was a mutiny. Now, this in itself is quite interesting, because out of 500 books that were produced, only 50 of them have been signed by Lord Mountbatten, the actual foreword of Lord Mountbatten. Now, as you can see here, it's leather bound, and this also makes it different because the others were only part bound. So you had leather on the spine there, and only a part leather here. This is beautifully tooled, and of course you've got this, well, I suppose, moire silk. As far as price, it's probably worth round about £600, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
We're going to put offers on this.
Right.
And see what we can achieve for you, because this presumably will be a very important part of the amount of money we take.
Yes, that's what
if we can
thought,
sell it.
a major part of it, yeah.
Exactly, a major part.
The Sea Cadets realise how important it is to get plenty of stuff for the sale, so what better way than asking the people of Carlisle for their donations? I've just nipped into the centre of town because I wanted to try and collect a few items local shopkeepers have agreed to give us. It also gives me the opportunity to have a look around.
Hello, are you Cyril by any chance?
Yes, yes.
Hello there, hi, I'm Jamie. I understand you've got a donation for the Sea Cadet sale.
Yes, I have.
What have you got for us?
Yes, I would like to donate a stone of traditional Cumberland sausage.
Oh my giddy aunt. Look at the size of that sausage. Unbelievable. What? Why Cumberland sausage?
Well, it's a local traditional dish and it's very good, very tasty. And years ago, when the farmers' wives used to look after the sausage on the farm when they made their own on the farm, they didn't link it.
Oh, here's what I made earlier.
Yeah, that's right. They cooked it in a coil in the pan like that. It was much easier to turn over when it was ready on one side than turn on individual sausages in the pan.
Look at this. They've given us a whole box load of the world-famous Kendal mint cake. It's only made round the corner in Kendal. It's about 20 minutes away. Absolutely superb. It's a generous donation. I'll tell you what, this stuff has been around since the late 1860s. It's been used by adventurers and explorers all over the world, including Sir Edmund Hillary when he went up Everest. Superb. Hopefully there'll be enough energy in here to keep the punters sweet. I'll tell you what, they know what it's all about. Look, they donated a baked cake. They baked it for us as well. Thank you very much indeed to the Chimes Cafe in Carlisle. What sweethearts, eh?
Ian,
Hello, mate.
Hey, mate, how you doing? All right?
Ah, not so bad.
Now, I understand you're an ex-sea cadet,
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
and then you went on, of course, to the Navy.
That's right. Joined up in 77.
Did you really?
Yep.
And what did you do in the Navy?
I was a naval airman aircraft handler, worked on the flight decks.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Any battles?
I was in the Falklands in 1982.
Were you?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I see. So this seems a little bit flippant now, because I thought, well, you know, if you're going out to sea a lot, I'd give you that for the shower next time you go away. What do you think? Our first sale, perhaps? A couple of quid?
Bit girly for me,
Bit
though.
girly, all right, we'll miss on that then. I'm a bit confused, though, because this isn't very sort of Navy, is it? You've got a football scarf and...
Well, that's it. I'm afraid the sale's tomorrow, and some things come more important, and football, number one winner.
You're not
for
staying
me.
with us tomorrow?
Unfortunately
Just for
not.
the preparation?
Well, I'm helping out today, but sorry, football comes first.
I know nothing about football. Is this a local team?
Carlisle United, conference champions. We're going to be conference champions this year.
Whatever that means. Listen, I'm trying to get donations everywhere. Is there any chance you could sneak us a donation from there? Know anyone?
I know Kate Rowley, who's the Supporters Trust member. She'd probably help you out.
Really?
Yeah,
oh, maybe get a bit of turf. Thank you. I shall be making a phone call. I'll get the number off you later.
Okay, mate.
Good luck.
See you
Thanks.
later.
Thanks very
Okay,
much.
now, bye.
The Sea Cadets have acquired a number of musical instruments for tomorrow's sale, included amongst which are these bugles.
Long history, of course, with the military.
Absolutely.
I believe it was the British Army which first introduced them in 1778.
Yes,
you know.
that's correct.
Very apt for today's sale.
Yeah.
They're covered in dings. A fiver each, if we're lucky.
Yeah, yeah.
Hate to say that. But what we have got are two nicer pieces here. That, probably from the 50s, 60s or 70s. We've got a trombone. Not in sparkling condition, but a good name. I don't know if you can see that just there, Paul.
Yeah.
It's called Besson.
Right.
British, but a German genius who kind of set it all up. You know, very, very expensive to buy new in mint condition. Today, we're going to have to play it safe. I'm going to talk about £60 to £70 for the trombone.
Yeah.
Let's move it down a little bit. I love the guitar. 15 quid each for those.
Yeah.
We've got a set of bagpipes. How curious is that? Of course, a long connection with the military.
That's right, yes.
I'm going to go low on those, £20.
Yeah.
But we have got a Premier drum.
Yes.
Top makers, I'm sure you're
Yeah,
aware.
that's right.
And, you know, easily hundreds in the shot new.
Yeah.
We'll stick 80 quid on that.
Right. Very
Lastly, but by no means least, of course, we've got the old Joanna piano.
Yeah.
I don't see the name Steinway, etc. We've got Lincoln. Not a huge name and not something which, you know, would be an auction piece. Difficult to shift, and you have to pay someone to take it away, to be absolutely honest with you.
Right, OK.
Thank you very much indeed, Paul.
Thank you very
and
much.
we will do our best for you tomorrow, mate.
Yeah.
Cubism, modernism and futurism. These are all isms that you'd associate with the Art Deco period, possibly the most creative and important 20th century movement. It was influenced and started at the 1925 Paris Exhibition for Arts and Industry. And here we have two examples, albeit very late Deco, possibly even making the early 40s, but very much influenced by the Deco feel and period. It really was a very abstract, very bright, passionate, colourful time. And I have to say, these are truly astonishing, superb to find a pair. What is the problem? The problem, I always have a problem. You've got these arms which have been covered in treacle, a heavy varnish running from front to back, supported on a lovely beech frame. Unfortunately, this, which is leatherette, not leather, although it's in good condition, if I was still trading, the chances are I would strip this all off and replace it with nice cream leather and charge, of course, a very high price. But how much do you get for a set of chairs or a pair of chairs like this in an environment like this? Well, it should be £50 or £60, but you know what? We're going to put offers on the back, not for us, of course, but for the chairs. And I reckon we get £150, maybe even £200.
That'll do.
Fab, eh?
They're lovely, aren't they? Yeah. I'll tell you what, we've got loads more left to do. So why don't you join us again in a few minutes' time and see what happens.
Isn't it better to be absolutely clear? Clear Blue Digital is the only pregnancy test that spells it out for you. Clear Blue, unmistakably clear.
Where's the loo? I'm sure it was round here. Oh, I'm bursting.
Compared to ordinary cat litter, cat sand is 3 times more effective against odour. So even sensitive noses will need some help. Cat sand absorbs before odour can develop.
It's back, the JML Fast Fit Ironing Board cover. It fits perfectly because the special elasticated edge holds tightly in place all the way round. It reflects heat, so you can iron both sides at the same time. For buttons, simply iron on the reverse and the button side gets ironed in seconds. The special cotton surface even holds silk securely and the cover is washing machine safe. This easy-to-use JML Fast Fit Ironing Board cover is available for just $4.99 at Woolworths, Boots, Homebase, Focus and Wilkinson stores.
Can Dove take coloured hair that has become dry and brittle and revive it? We asked 30 women to try it themselves. Just washed and conditioned as they would at home. So to get that just coloured feeling back, new Dove Care and Radiance revives coloured hair.
Yes, 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 yes.
I know he would if he could. That's why he deserves delicious Caesar Italian style with beef and pasta.
The ultimate Spanish property show comes to Bristol and Bath this weekend. Property experts are arriving direct from Spain to give you free advice on all aspects of buying your Spanish home. Whatever kind of Spanish property you dream of, we think you'll find it. The ultimate Spanish property show. 2 huge events at the Bristol Ramada Hotel off M4 Junction 19 or M32 Junction 3 and Bath Racecourse off M4 Junction 18.
Andrew Lloyd Webber's Starlight Express. See it and you still won't believe it. Now on at the Bristol Hippodrome until the 5th of March. Book now.
Be who you want to be. What works for everyone else won't necessarily work for you. You have to find your own path. You only have to make small changes. They soon add up to a big change. Be who you want to be. Switch new at Weight Watchers. Every journey begins with a first step.
Well, injury lawyers for you. Let's say I had an accident. How much compensation would I receive?
That would depend entirely on the circumstances. How, where?
But I would be expected to pay an amount up front to sign a loan or credit agreement.
No, never.
Will I receive 100% of the compensation?
Yes, absolutely.
Injury Lawyers for You make sure all our people give nothing but honest, professional advice on your personal injury claim. Call our team direct on 0845 345 4444 for a no loan, no credit, no catch service.
As one door closes, another door opens.
Hi.
Caroline Quentin returns.
I'm Maggie. I'm separated. I've got 2 children. That's about it. 40. Oh, yes, and I'm 40.
A brand new series of Life begins Wednesday at 9, ITV1.
Hello, and welcome back to everything... Oh, you're not feeling sick again. I promised him the sea and he keeps going on about it. Well, we're here with the Sea Cadets.
Hang on. Where's the sea?
The sea's all around us. Keep rowing, keep rowing. And we're raising money in a sale tomorrow. Much needed money.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to raise 1,500 notes. We're going to hopefully raise £1,500 to refurbish 2 classrooms. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Row harder, faster.
The donations from the local community have poured in, many of which I think will help bulk out the sale, but unfortunately won't necessarily earn us a fortune.
Okay, there's just time for a quick reminder about today's competition. If you feel like winning £1,000 in cash, pick up the phone and answer this very simple question.
Which drink is most commonly associated with the Navy? Is it A, pina colada, B, rum, or is it C, dry white wine spritzer? Now, if you think you know the answer, why not give us a call on 090 11 333 444.
Armed with a telephone number for Carlisle United, I'm on the scrounge. I was hoping that we might be able to ask you for some kind of donation. Anything. Bit of turf, perhaps. A football. That'd be fantastic. Could we get anybody to sign it?
The castle here in Carlisle is a formidable fortress with a rich, long and very colourful history. Once commanding the Anglo-Scottish border, the castle has witnessed the conflict caused by countless sieges, as both the Scottish and the English have made their claims to it. You have to jump right back to 1092, to the time of William Rufus, the son, of course, of the great William the Conqueror, who initially began construction of the fortress using earth and wood. What's that all about? Then you jump forward to 1122, to the time of Henry I, and he finally gives the orders to have the castle refashioned using stone.
Over the next decade, the city walls and the stone keep were constructed. As well as being a medieval fortress, it became a royal palace when Edward I lived here for a time, and later Elizabeth I was responsible for many of the castle's repairs. It also provided a home to Mary, Queen of Scots, who was confined here briefly in 1568. Today, the castle stands as a proud testament to yesteryear and is one of the historical highlights of the city.
But enough about the history for a moment, because we must spread the word about the sale. A little everything must go branding leaves no one uncertain as to where the sale is tomorrow. And since Jamie has been out for a look around Carlisle, I thought I might do the same and take in some of the sights. The first thing you'll notice when arriving into Carlisle by train is the impressive building just behind me. And when I say impressive, you must remember this is the middle of the 19th century. It was designed by Sir William Tite in 1847. But it isn't an extraordinary building. It is very typically governmental, so much so that if you look back 2 years before this was built, he also designed the Bank of England and the Royal Exchange in London. But it is, however, Gothic in design, but sympathetic with the Citadel just over here. Well, this behind me is the Earl of Lonsdale, who's immortalised in stone for his efforts in rebuilding these towers in the early part of the 19th century. But it was Sir Robert Smirke, who was the original designer in 1541 for King Henry VIII, who built these magnificent Gothic buildings. Now, these turrets, these castellated turrets, were put there to intimidate on the southern side of the city as a second form of defence. Now, during the summer months, although these are now governmental buildings, you can visit the old cells. And if I don't find a hotel tonight, that's where I might end up. If you are not familiar with Carlisle, it's situated just north of the Lake District, an area of outstanding natural beauty. The region is dramatic and rich in mountainous landscapes. Just 30 minutes from Carlisle centre will get you to an area of over 2,000 square kilometres with some of the most beautiful countryside in the United Kingdom. The area was home to Beatrix Potter, William Wordsworth and John Ruskin. There's lots to see and do in the lakes. You can walk around charming lakeland towns and villages or get active and explore the history of the area.
Meanwhile, back at the sale, things are coming on rather well. The items are being priced up and displayed appropriately.
Well, we're outside Carlisle Cathedral, right in the centre of the city, and it is a truly impressive building. Its origins go back to 1092, although most of it was built between the 13th and 14th centuries. It's quite remarkable for two reasons. The windows, they're exquisite, but more importantly, this is probably one of the smallest cathedrals in the whole of England. The cathedral bears the scars of 900 years spent in the most turbulent of regions. Some say the cathedral looks more like a border castle than a church. It suffered badly in the Civil War, when parliamentary troops almost destroyed the nave, leaving only 2 bays standing. However, the superb east window has remained and contains some particularly fine 14th century stained glass.
And from the old to the new, like many cities in Britain, Carlisle is now receiving some major housing investment. This former mill is the first of its kind in the area to be made into stylish apartments, and will look out onto this local landmark known as Dixon's Chimney.
Heading back to the Sea Cadets base, I intercept a rather special delivery. Ah, brilliant, mate. Thank you very much indeed.
Welcome.
Thank you. In here? Ah.
Yes, that's it.
What a great donation, an Eddie Stobart remote control lorry. Fantastic.
Hello there.
There you go, mate. Eddie Stobart, as promised, they've dropped one off.
Oh, fantastic.
What do you think?
Absolutely superb. It's brand new as well.
It is indeed. Box ready to go. How's it been?
Well, it's been all right, but I thought you said you're going to be delivering a truck and stuff. Like, you know, I didn't realise it would be a mini one.
They delivered it by a big articulated...
Oh, it did?
Articulated.
Yeah. He's very articulate, isn't he?
Articulated lorry. I'll leave you to it.
Can I tell him about it?
Yeah, please, go ahead.
Thank you very much indeed. Look at this, Eddie Stobart, brand new. What can I tell you about Eddie Stobart? Well, he's a bit of a legend in the road haulage business. He actually has a fan club, believe it or not. He's got 30,000 members. Of course, it is one of the biggest names in international road haulage. The company was started here in Carlisle in 1960. He had one truck to start with. Now he's got 1,000. There's over 50-odd depots, and it's an international business, you know, lots and lots of depots throughout Europe. Very, very kindly, he's donated this truck. It's radio-controlled, it has a retail price of £50. Let's see if we can get something approaching that at tomorrow's sale.
Right, what have we got here? We've got defence medal.
Yep.
Now, the colours are important here, aren't they?
The ribbons, they all signify... You know what that one is?
Black, yes. Defence medal. Black is death. The green fields of Britain, and the orange represents the flames from the Blitz.
That's right.
That's about as much as I know about medals.
Well, it's a fair bit to start with. All the ribbons have a certain association. I mean, these three. You'll often find that colour match on ribbons. There's the pale blue, Royal Air Force, red of the Army, dark blue Navy. So it represents the three services. That's the colours of the Union flag. These stars, they're all six-pronged stars. They're campaign medals.
So let's just get some sort of prices on these.
They're really difficult to price because they're a very personal thing, but they're also masses of them because virtually everybody who served during the war had these. These were for different theatres of operations, so there'd be people, there's the Africa Star, the Burma Star, so they're very, very common. You're probably talking the whole lot about £50, but not this.
That's fabulous, isn't it?
That is an absolutely incredible thing. It's a piece of English propaganda, and it's in German. It's to do with the sinking of the Lusitania, which was in 1915. And it's a medal that was struck in Germany, designed by a guy called Carl Goetz.
Is that actually the English one? Because the English also brought out their own.
This is
Or is that a German one?
This is the English one.
It's showing the Lusitania going down stern first.
The wrong way.
The wrong way.
The guy that did it, Goetz, actually said that he did it as a political cartoon. The English thought that's such a nasty thing to do that they would turn the tables on the Germans. And so we sold it as pieces of propaganda, and it whipped up an enormous amount of hatred against the Germans.
How much is that worth?
40 or 50 pounds.
As soon as I find anybody that's interested in medals today in the sale, you're the man.
Take a look at this. It's a little box of delights. It belongs to the cadets. Where it came from, nobody knows. Inside this box, you'll find a compass. Let me tell you a little bit about compasses. They originate from round about the 4th century BC, or before Christ. And they were probably used by fortune tellers on their fortune-telling boards. The compass itself, as an invention, first arrived in England round about the 14th century and was probably the most important development in the seafaring age. This is an absolutely charming, solid, precision-engineered Royal Navy compass. I don't know if you can see just here, but we've got a very, very, very thin wire which is on the sight. And when you look through the viewfinder, you see a reflection of the details on the compass through a mirror. So it's literally like a target. It's absolutely wonderful. So let's see what happens when we stick £25 on it for tomorrow's sale.
Well, it's been a really, really long day.
Oh, sorry. It has been. All his ship-shape and Bristol fashion on board, Tap.
Does that very well, doesn't he? Well, I've got the ship's cap, and what we need to do is decide how much we're going to take.
Ready and fire! I think we're going to get local support. I think it's going to be... I think, wandering around the town today, people are aware of the cadets and they're aware of the cause, and it's a good cause. They're looking to make, what is it, 1,500 notes?
£1,500.
I think a bag of sand £1,000 is definitely a doable target.
A bag of sand £1,000. Do you know what?
What's that?
Hold the cap. I'm going to agree with you. I think £1,000 is roughly what we're going to take. I'd like to do a little bit more, but I'll tell you what, join us in a few minutes and find out.
If you think we only go to places like Eastbourne, if you think we only do coach trips, if you think our customers are over the hill, think again. Saga. Call for a brochure now on 0800 50 55 60.
Oh, yeah. See that MP has...
I don't do politics. Surely they're not digging it up again.
You don't do politics, remember?
How come we never win anything?
Naughty, naughty.
£3.50?
Now then.
Well,
Oi!
Politics affects almost everything. So if you don't do politics, there's not much you do.
What? Last orders is... sorry.
Make sure you're registered to vote.
Dermacare from Vaseline Intensive Care for dry and sensitive skin. Soothes, repairs, protects, whatever the weather.
I don't care what the weatherman says when the weatherman says it's raining. You never hear me complaining. I'm certain sunshine.
Dermacare from Vaseline Intensive Care.
Looking after your own children is a right juggling act, so imagine looking after any more. Fairy Non-Bio have teamed up with the premature baby charity Bliss to fund research into helping special care babies. So now you can look after your own children and be a special care baby supporter. Help Fairy, help Bliss, help special care babies.
I phoned Norwich Union Direct to quote me happy on my home insurance. Very competitive it was too. Switched immediately. Just as well. Amazing how much mess a couple of pork chops can make.
Call 0800 828 838 or buy online and let us quote you happy.
Introducing new steam fresh meals from Bird's Eye. Steamed from frozen in your microwave for more of the natural flavour. Bird's Eye. We don't play with your food.
Get closer for Kate Winslet's 7-day Oscar diet. Plus why Lucy Benjamin splits with Toy Boy Bobby. Get closer now.
2 tough housewives. 1 tough challenge. Which is longer? A bounty fat roll or a skinny regular roll? 50% more sheets make it a clean win for bounty fat rolls. Go girl, nothing else measures up. Nice one.
Once there was 5 families with very naughty children. Their mummies and daddies felt sad. So they went to see a clever man who told them some secrets so they can be all happy again.
Driving Mum and Dad Mad, Wednesday at 10, ITV1.
Hello and welcome back to Everything Must Go, coming from Carlisle.
That's right, we're here at the Carlisle Sea Cadets. We've got to raise some money. We've got to raise some money for some new classrooms. Have you seen the state of them?
They are pretty messy.
Yeah, certainly not ship-shape in Bristol fashion. Well, you know what they say, everything must go. We better get on with it.
Come on, should we raise this?
Let's attract some punters from all around.
Whilst the Sea Cadets get some more balloons up before the sale starts, just time to take a look at another donation.
Hello again, Petty Officer Paul.
Thank you.
That's correct, isn't
That's
it?
right, yes.
I couldn't ignore the gramophone sitting over there. We see them quite a bit. They're fairly common. Don't forget they were the radios of the 1910s, 1920s and early 30s. But what we haven't seen so often are 78 RPM records. Where did you get them from?
They were donated by a local business in Carlisle, and we've found the records inside.
OK, great. Yeah, along with some needle tins and some other bits and bobs. I'm going to keep the needle tins separate and sell that lot separately. They're a bit more interesting. Well, it's time for some home truths. It's a very generous donation, but I have to cut to the chase and say that round about 90% of 78 RPM records are commercially valueless.
Yes, yeah.
There are some sort of holy grails out there.
Yes, but we haven't got one of those.
You haven't? I've had a little look. We haven't. This little bunch, which is a nice little collection, it's going to be in the sort of the £3 to £5 territory, OK? Right. It's not shocking, but what we have got, just to sort of cheer you up a little bit, grab those for a second if you will, is very interestingly almost an identical HMV gramophone. Look, can you see that little design? Yeah. It's almost identical to this HMV we have here. And if I just flip the lid open very briefly, you'll see that it is His Master's Voice gramophone. It's in great condition. It does work. I had a little test of it. The winder's there. Brilliant. And that's going to be worth £50 to £60 at today's sale.
Well, there's a bit of a nautical theme to today's featured items. First, we have a Nelson jug, for which we hope to get £50. We have a ship's compass, which may point us in the right direction, with £25. For nautical bookworms, we have an extremely special copy of the log of HMS Bounty, priced up at an ocean-bobbing £600. A collection of rum items which might splice the main brace with a tipsy £20 to £25. We have a number of musical instruments which will be priced up between £5 and £80 each. There's a pair of rather nice Art Deco chairs which could attract offers around £150 to £200. We have an Eddie Stobart truck which might transport an extra £50 for the cause, and a selection of medals may well award us with up to £100.
And talking of money, here's a way to win £1,000 by answering this very simple question. Which drink is most commonly associated with the Navy? Is it A, pina colada, B, rum, or is it C, dry white wine spritzer? If you think you know the answer, why not give us a call on 09011 333 444. The lines will be closing soon, so if you want to enter, you better get a move on.
Looking forward to this afternoon, hoping a lot of people will turn up.
Yeah, well, I think everybody's a little bit pensive and nervous,
Yeah, I think
but
so.
quite a lot of leaflets have gone out.
Yeah, the cadets have worked really hard. Passing the
Hopefully
leaflets out.
a lot of people will turn up and spend a lot of money.
Yes, that's what we need.
That's what we need, definitely.
Well, I'm dead excited because, like, we've been working really hard towards it and stuff, and I just hope that we get a lot of money in that for the classrooms.
My phone call to Carlisle United Football Club resulted in them giving us a signed football to raffle off. Well, if you don't ask, you don't get.
Thanks, Clayton. We've got the match ball. We're just going to raffle it off. I'm sorry I can't be there, but match day, and I've got to see my beloved boys win.
Excuse me, would you like to buy a raffle ticket? Who'd like to buy a raffle ticket? Powder strip, chance to win a football signed by the Carlisle players.
It's high pressure salesmanship, this, you know. That's what we're trained for in the secret.
Would you like to buy football?
I'll have two, please. When to get drawn?
Yeah, one hit in there, that's fine.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
Yes, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, as Carlisle United are about to kick off, so too is our cell, and a big crowd have gathered outside the Sea Cadet base. Whilst waiting to start, we learn that Melvin Bragg is in town, and he's very kindly agreed to donate something for the sale.
I was born around here, and the Sea Cadets came to my town a little too late for me to join them. We were in the old-fashioned Scouts. But when the Sea Cadets came, we envied them, because although Wigton, like Carlisle, was a few miles from the sea, we're still very conscious of the sea around here, as everybody in this country is. We're a seafaring nation. And the things that these young people learn in order to go to sea are extraordinary and see them through life. So I'm wishing the Carlisle Sea Cadet sale Everything Must Go the very best of luck, and contributing a copy of my book. I hope that goes too. Good luck.
OK, just a little quick update. We talked about those 78 RPM records earlier on. Having said 90% of them are not really worth very much, we have one which is. It's an Elvis record. It's called I'm Left, You're Right, She's Gone. It's from 1958. In mint condition, it's worth £50, OK?
Right.
It's not. It's scratched, a little bit of damage. Let's answer for £15 for today. Is that good?
I think that's excellent.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, very good.
We have a pair of scissors for you. Yeah, so
I need to adorn you with these, because I'm a little disappointed to see that you've got all
Out
your
of uniform.
paraphernalia. There you go. Are we ready to spend money? Yeah! OK, well, let's open the sale. Would you like to say the magic words?
Everything must go.
Great.
Fantastic. Do come in.
And they're off. Who's going to be the first to get their hands on today's bargains?
We've got a pair of chairs, of course. We want to achieve as much as possible. What would your offer be?
At the moment, £60.
£60
for the pair. At the moment.
Yeah, at the moment. The sale's just kicked off. I'd love to take you £60, but it's just not enough. Do you want to go a little bit more?
Not at the moment, no.
Now, I've given able officer Stephen the very responsible task of looking after the bounty book, because if you open it up, you can see that it is in sparkling condition. And if people come along and start handling it and damaging the pages, it reduces the value considerably. So you're going to keep guard on it?
Yeah.
Aye, ready, aye. Thank you, sir. You keep your eyes on that and keep doing a good job. Thank you very much indeed. And polish those boots.
Who's going to be playing drums?
My little son's in hospital and he's not very well and he's coming out tomorrow, so we just thought we'd get him something nice.
Oh, I see.
Out.
Well, have you checked that it's all there first?
No, we haven't, no.
Well, I think we need to check that we've got it all in there, just in case.
Put the light on and see what's in there.
Yeah, lift up the light a bit, I might be able to see a little bit more, that's lovely.
been
because
donated.
I collect them to be true.
You do? You collect Eddie Stobart?
I really do. I've got a whole lot of small ones.
You collect Eddie Stobart? Do you know he's got a fan club with 30,000 members? Do you know that?
I've got a lot of them.
You
I
have?
send for them every month.
You do? Well, you know, he's extremely collectible. This has been donated, though, by Eddie Stobart's company. Honestly, in Carlisle. It was picked up today, so what I want to tell you about is the fact that this is potentially a valuable item because it's got a good provenance. The retail price would be £50.
25.
It has to be 35 because it's come from Eddie Stobart.
Well done, Stephen. Guard that book with your life.
How much you want for it? I know how much he says on there, but how much can I have it for?
30.
35 it is, sweetheart. It's 15 quid off. It's brand new. It's come straight out of the factory.
Give me 200 quid for them.
It's all right.
Don't apologise, that's all right. Sensible offer.
No, it's an insult. £80.
£80.
£35, come on.
No, 25.
30 quid.
25.
30.
No, 20.
You offered 30 earlier on. Give us 30.
No, I've not changed my mind now.
I've got a few in a collection here, but nothing as good as that. Sort of markety things here.
Well, this is very lovely. And for all of you at home, you probably can't smell this at home, but if you sniff up, in the background, cooking just over there are sausages, local Cumberland sausages. And it's really distracting, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I come for, a sausage.
You came for a sausage. Well, you need, when you're having a sausage, you need to cut up your sausages. And what better than that?
There's still butter on it.
He's right, there's still butter on it. Well, it's £95.
Oh, it's so kind. £40, thank you.
No, 30.
That's so kind of you.
Concentrate, Stephen. Keep your mind on the job in hand.
I'll tell you what, I'll do a one-off special price of 65. That's a very fair price.
60. And I'll buy you a sausage roll.
And you'll buy me a sausage roll.
Hope they're not £10 each.
And a cup of tea.
Well, you can share one with my little girl.
All right, we'll share. Shall we share a cup of tea together? Shall I let him have it for £60? Is that a deal? Yeah?
Say yes,
Shake.
Polly.
Polly, thank you very much, Polly.
But what's this? Hang on, Steve. I said no one touches this. What are you doing?
Touching it so he can scribble up.
Do you know, just by touching that page, you've just like knocked off like half pence off the value of it. Oh no!
Fetcher Christine, you'll hang for this, sir?
I might indeed. I'll tell you what, the sale's going really well. We haven't sold this yet. I'm really hoping we'll. Join us in a few minutes. Maybe we'll, maybe we won't.
I think we will.
Day-o, day-o. Got to have a bowl of Kellogg's fruits and fiber. Breakfast come and me want some fun. Hey, Mr. Kellogg man, give me your banana. Breakfast come and me want some fun. Coconut, hazelnut, it's fruit nirvana. Breakfast come and me got some fun.
Personally, I can't get enough of these new Ryvita Minis. There are 4 flavours to choose from. Oh, each is irresistibly delicious the next. The really tasty thing is they spoil nothing but my taste buds. That's because, amazingly, they contain only 3% fat. That's a pretty remarkable figure, isn't it?
New Ryvita Minis. Big taste, mini waste.
I'm going to do this equity release thing. Get some of the money tied up in our home and live the high life. Jet off to New York, a spot of shopping. I'll put up the cash for a one-woman show. All right, I'm getting a bit carried away. The money would come in useful, though. Help us see the grandkids right. Treat ourselves a little.
If you think releasing equity from your home could make sense for you, phone Norwich Union to arrange to talk to one of our experienced advisors. Phone free on 0800 092 5140.
Fact: there's twice as much bacteria on your kitchen floor as in your dog's basket. New from Dettol, the only dilutable multi-purpose cleaner to do 2 jobs. It powerfully cleans tough stains and kills 99.9% of bacteria. Dettol protects. Fact.
If you want to get more out of life, make your next move the Open University. You don't need any previous qualifications to get started. You can explore all kinds of fascinating subjects. Study to any level from 8-week short course to master's degree and PhD, and bring your credits with you. You can learn part-time in your own time, and you'll work with tutors and meet new friends along the way. Our great value courses can help you achieve your potential. So call us now for a free prospectus on 0800 733 766. That's 0800 733 766. Or visit our website. Do it now.
Get everyone together for a real holiday this Easter from just £189 for the whole family. Call free on 08000 320 328 for details. With something for everyone on our superb parks across the country, you'll get to share all the fun with your family. Call 08000 320 328 now. Haven, the great family get-together.
Tight clothing can cause itching. Sanitary towels, underwear, deodorants, even external thrush itching.
Vagisil medicated cream applied to the intimate feminine area brings fast, effective relief to external burning and irritation.
So you can get on with your life.
Vagisil medicated cream for the fast relief of feminine itching.
You carry him carefully and place him here. And this is what we find. This is what we're supposed to find.
A new series.
It's all part of the same pattern.
Hermione Norris.
Why does he keep shifting?
Robson Green.
He knows them. Has to.
Wire in the Blood. Monday at 9. ITV1.
Welcome back to Everything Must Go. We're here in Carlisle at the Cadets, and it's a really good sale.
It's actually rammed full of people. They're very friendly, and of course, they're supporting our cause of trying to raise a target total of £1,500 for the Sea Cadets so they can buy and refurbish their classrooms.
I'm not sure we're going to achieve that, but I can't wait to find out. You know, we've got a lot of selling to do. I'm serving someone at the moment. I'll leave you to it. Cheers, mate. What is it you wanted?
Now, the competition lines are now closed, and the answer to today's competition is...
Which drink is most commonly associated with the Navy is, of course, answer B. Rum.
So well done if you came up with the right answer, because we will be revealing the winner of today's competition at the end of the programme.
Oh, that's better.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
What's your name?
Yeah, but June, but what are you going to do with that chair? What am I going to do with the cushions in that chair?
OK, I'm here with June, and we've got a bit of dilemma here. June has decided that they're too low, so I've now put 2 cushions on there for her, and you feel better. Lie back, see what you think.
They're lovely chairs.
You're a very attractive woman, June.
You must be joking straight out today.
Oh, really? You mean you can look better?
Oh, definitely.
I don't believe that, I really don't.
It's supposed to be the log off the bounty, isn't it?
It is. It's not actually the log off the bounty, because I'll be looking for somewhere between £50,000 and £100,000.
Oh, right.
It's like a facsimile edition. It's a limited edition. It's actually been signed by Mountbatten, believe it or not. It's one of a certain amount of issues. So it's in very, very, very good condition. In fact, I'd say sparkling. It's a beautiful book. Unless you're interested at the sort of £500 to £700 mark, I won't get it out.
No, it's not my range.
It's not. Okay, that's fair enough. But it's worth a look anyway.
Yes, all right.
If you put that over there,
right,
and I sit in here.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, that's right. No, you look really good like that. And see if you can get out again.
Can I
That
take you
wasn't that
home with
much
me then?
easier. Wasn't that a lot easier?
So you're after more than 80?
Yeah.
Lovely presentation box. Of course, it is unmounted. Will you hold that for me, madam? I assume you come as a pair.
Yes.
Good.
So.
Pair's always more valuable. Now, let's talk business. Are you interested?
We're interested, yes.
You are indeed.
Yep.
Are you interested, more importantly?
Yes. It'll go nice on the cabinet.
On the cabinet. We'll find a space for it.
Oh, yes.
Find his way on from the pub.
Sebastian, Deborah, and...
Are they worth £90?
Juicy June.
Shh. Sorry.
Juicy June.
Juicy June. That's
Is
what
that
she
her
was
nickname?
always called.
What, at school?
No, that's what
I used to
family
give good
always call
kisses
it.
to my daughters.
Oh, I
They
see.
were always juicy.
Go on then.
Juicy June.
Let's have one. No, I'm not sure that was that juicy. Let me try that again.
You'll watch it, you're asking for it.
If I said for a quick sale 20 notes, how does that sound?
15, you got a deal.
I couldn't do 15 quid. I'd have to stand by 20 because I know that's going to sell. I don't normally knock too much off.
17.
I have to say my bottom line's 20. That's a little bit of goodwill if you get my drift.
I go on.
You get my drift. A drift.
Drift, yes.
Yeah, okay.
90 is the most I will give you, darling. Now, as handsome as you are, you won't get a penny more.
I've never traded on my looks before.
News on the book. We've got a call from someone who's interested.
Yeah, the book. Well, we've had a lot of interest. I do want to get the best possible price. No, I understand that. Well, they don't come up very often. £600 is not going to be enough, I don't think. Those are my instincts. £650? How about £700?
Now here's a turn-up for the book. Someone else who's interested in making an offer.
The offer I have is £700. Well, it's up to you. Would you like me to give you a couple of minutes to think about it and I can call you back?
What did he come here to collect today?
Seahorses.
Seahorses. Aye, ready, aye?
You said that wrong.
Okay, hang on.
It's ready, I ready.
Ready, aye, ready?
Yeah, that's right.
That's more like it.
To add an element of excitement to today's sale, we've decided to auction some of our items to help towards the cadets' target of £1,500. Has everybody seen the big hamper donated by McVitie's Biscuits? It's got to be at least 70 or 80 pounds of the biscuits, I would say. It is packed. Easily. Who will give me £20? Well done, sir. £20. 25. 27.50. 30. 30. 32.50. 35. 37.50, madam. Well done. 40. 42.50. Any more? 42.50. Going once. Going twice. They're yours, madam. Thank you. OK, next we have a magnum of champagne showing here with Jamie. Try and make it look attractive, Jamie, if you would. Thank you very much. We have a commission bid on it, so please bid well. I'm going to start that at £15. £15 over there. 15, 20 with me. 25, 30 with me. 35, 40 anywhere? 40. If not, it's going to go for 35. 35, going once, going twice, and it's yours. Well done, sir. Our next item is a signed book from Melvin Bragg. Thanks, Melvin. OK, here we got The Adventure of English. It's signed just inside. It actually has a value of £20 plus his signature. Who will give me £10? Signed, future collectible. Madam, tenner, well done. Who will give me £12.50? £12.50, well done. 15, well done, madam, 15. £17.50. Thank you, sir. £20? Yeah? 20 quid, well done. £22.50 from anybody? If not, it's the lady in red. Going once at £20, going twice. It's yours, madam. Thank you very much.
Well, after auctioning off a few more items, what about this for another money-raising idea?
So, when you combine a group of people, a mad haircut, and some trimmers, what do you get? Well, Steve's been out sponsoring a complete shaving of his head, and you've raised how much so far?
Quite about £200.
£200. Now, I've given you some money for first cut. Daniel, if you'd just like to cover his eyes for me, thank you very much. Lovely, keep your thumb down, thank you so much, that's really very kind of you. OK, so we just put on here EMG. OK, doesn't look very clear, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. OK, Steve, are you ready?
Yeah.
I've never done this before. I'm a little shaky. Oh, are you ready?
Yeah.
Let me get that nasal hair. Over to you. Table for two.
Knife and fork, please.
Well, I thought we had nice tablecloths to count the money.
Gee, you could buy a lot of food with the money we made here today.
It's been a good day. We even sold the piano, you know?
Yeah, I think...
bad.
The old piano? Yeah, 30 quid.
30 quid?
With the help of Viv on the phone.
That's not bad at all. Come on, give us some money.
There you go, go on.
Whilst we count the money, why don't we take a look at the highlights of today, and they really were quite extraordinary.
The HMS Bounty book managed to raise a whopping £700. Someone found their way to parting with 20 quid for the ship's compass. The Art Deco chairs made a very comfortable £90. And Razor Glass to the rum items as they earned us 15 quid. Unfortunately, the Nelson jug failed to find a new home. A selection of the musical instruments went to the tune of £50. The Eddie Stobart truck delivered with a lorry load of 30 notes. And finally, the medals presented us with the sum of £75.
I think we've gone a long way to eventually reaching our target.
I think so.
Yeah.
They're just counting the money now, so fingers crossed.
It's been stressing. We've had loads of arguments, but it's been good.
It's been excellent.
We've had a lot of money raised, haven't we? So.
Yeah. We never had all used that, wouldn't we? No. I think it's been good because, like, we've never got a chance to be on TV before, and we're like on it now, and we're gonna get a lot more recruitment by doing it.
Thank you, every single school.
You have been a superb bunch of lovely people. We wish you all the very best for the future as well.
Thank you very much.
Very much.
Indeed. Well, there's good news and there's bad news. You wanted to raise £1,500.
Oh, no.
Well, I'll tell them.
I was dreading this.
OK, I'll tell them. Well, with Steve's hair trimming, which was quite spectacular, you raised £225.
Just cut to the chase.
OK, the football raffle, you raised £259.
Wonderful.
Not
Very
bad,
good.
not bad. Of course, if you put the sale and all that together, it comes to a grand total
of £2,335.71.
There you go, guys.
There's your money. Do what you will.
Is that good?
Absolutely fantastic.
You can buy yourself a new submarine. From everyone here in Carlisle, it is
goodbye. If you'd like us to help you shift your clutter and antiques, write to us at PO Box 10739 Birmingham B1 3WG. That's PO Box 10739 Birmingham B1 3WG.
Congratulations to Andrea Wood from Wakefield. That £1,000 is yours, and drinks are on you. Well, plenty of sea and sand where we're heading next in I Want That House. The boot sale treasure hunt continues at 2:30 with Des and Mel on your telly later at 5.